Welcome back to The Road Show. This morning in The Buzz, Christians around the world are observing Ash Wednesday today. It marks the beginning of Lent, which, as many Catholics know, is the 40-day period, and not just Catholics, Christians. It's a 40-day period leading up to Easter. Worshippers in the Philippines were already lining up very early today to receive ashes on their foreheads. The season is marked by fasting, abstinence, and repentance, which is meant to prepare you for the resurrection of Christ on Easter Sunday. Many people also use Lent as a time to quit a bad habit or to make some new positive action part of their routine. So, I mean, I went to Catholic school growing up, and every year the nuns would tell us, all right, what are you giving up? And we all had to state for the record what we were giving up for Lent. Do you do that? I've actually changed my philosophy over the years. I kind of got this from my mom, who says she doesn't really give up things. She tries to perform like a positive deed, action, whatever.
Yeah. I know a lot of people, they're dead set on, I have to give something up. Right. I have to make some sacrifice. But you can also, kind of make a sacrifice and do more if you are deciding to do something rather than give something up.
I got to tell you,
kind of give and take.
The history of giving something up. So I tried giving up swearing. I mean, that lasted like 10 minutes. You guys know. That's
my sister's done it before. Hillary, I remember that. You did it.
Yeah.
And, I've given up candy as a kid. That is a big sacrifice as a child. The candy thing is huge. My daughter is, in CCD, and so she told me yesterday, she's like, well, Mom, Ash Wednesday, no candy for the next 4 weeks or whatever. And that's
so
a big
deal.
Oh, yeah. Kick too. And, and it's so funny. And I'll never forget my grandmother, Meme Pelletier, used to say, I'm going to give up candy. So then she would eat Kit Kats. And she said, no, those are cookies. Those are cookies. So she used to have some creative leeway with her sacrificing. So what about you, Patrick? Did you ever give up anything for Lent?
I don't remember anything that sticks out.
Yeah.
I was raised as a Catholic Christian, not as, shall I say, dedicated to it as I used to be for one reason or another. Not because I don't believe in anything anymore, particularly just busy, and I should find the time to do things that I have a lot of things on my list that I don't find the time for that I should find the time for. Right. But I'm all about, if you're going to give something up. A lot of people rely on New Year's Day or Lent or something like that to all of a sudden decide to give things up.
Right.
And I'm not one of those that has to find a holiday or a checkpoint to just say, oh, well, I'm going to wait till New Year's to give this up or Lent to give this up. I mean, for example, 4 years ago, I decided to stop drinking. Cold turkey. Just quit.
Yeah.
Just a decision I made. I didn't need a holiday.
And it wasn't for 40 days.
No, and it wasn't a New Year's resolution. It was just one of those things where I was like, you know what? It's March 11th, and
you're just going to do it.
I'm just going to do this. So, that's kind of...
I think one of the things that will always stick in my mind, and I try to continue to do this, do you remember, especially if you go to church, those rice bowls that they give you every Lent? Remember where you collect the money for the poor? And that was also a sacrifice as a child, giving up part of your allowance every week, to put it into the rice bowl. And that feeling of like, you're making a difference. You're doing something positive because of Lent. And when you add up all those little rice bowls, it really does make a difference for the poor.
Yeah,
so.
Or even if it's just, as you're a kid, when you're younger, maybe it's just like, I want to be nicer to my brothers or sisters.
Yeah,
or I'm gonna sometimes when you say that you're going to do that, at least it's kind of in the back of your mind of like, oh yeah, I should do that. Or, oh yeah, I shouldn't eat junk food, or I shouldn't do that. So sometimes when you actually state it and you put it out there, it helps you along the way of like, oh yeah, I gotta stick to that.
Yeah.
I like your philosophy, both of yours, to instead of giving something up for yourself, do something to commit to helping others, and being more philanthropist,
philanthropic.
Philanthropic.
We'll be philanthropic this Lenten
Ooh,
season.
That's a big word for a little guy.
We'll have to see how we all made out with our philanthropy at the end of the 40-day period of Lent. Anyway, let's head over to Courtney to see what our live bloggers are saying about giving up versus doing things for others.
A lot of people agree with you guys. They're struggling with it, just for the 40-day period type thing. They're maybe thinking this is something you can do throughout the year. I did post an article on my Twitter page. If you guys are on Twitter at Courtney Cal, you can search it. It's about maybe going green this 40 days. You can give up plastic bags or water bottles or even using your dryer at home. So there's some good tips there if you want to read that. But let's head to the live blog on foxprovidence.com right now. And Jerry says he's going to give up beer because he wants to lose some weight. And E-Rock says he's giving up stress. So everyone says good luck with that one. Here's a look at our poll right underneath the live blog. Do you abstain from anything during Lent? A, yes, I try to give up one of my vices. B, no, I try to do a good deed instead. Or C, no, I don't participate in Lent. And we have a few answers from some of our friends on Facebook this morning. And Jackie Leon Cavallo says, I don't eat meat on Wednesday or Friday. And Donna Mitchell says, instead of giving something up, we were taught as kids to do at least one good deed each day. She says that's doing something nice without being told. And Deb Boken says, as kids, we had to give up candy. Getting the Easter basket at the end was a real treat. So we will have those answers for you in today's web poll in about 30 minutes to see what you all said.